Back in 2011, when Dylan and I were formulating a plan to help you guys save the world, we were running a website called Planet Whale, listing all the non-profits in the whale and dolphin world that we could find, and we had a researcher found 200. We were trying to get all 3,300 whale watch trips on one site, all for free, kind of position ourselves in the middle of that world. How can we bring everybody together? And then, because Dylan and I actually do like people more than the web, if the truth be told, we went and bought a domain name in April of 2011, whale-fest.com, and decided we would announce that there would be a whale festival in October, with no notion how we were going to make it happen. And this is what I'm going to tell you about that we have now. Before we do that, I think it's important to say that Dylan and I are kind of crazy figurehead people for a bunch of people who really do all the hard work. So this is a fraction of the team that have delivered the whale festivals and done all the hard work, all unpaid, all because of love and whales and dolphins. So, you know, I salute them, and would you give them a round of applause for my behalf? And because they're not here to represent themselves, but I know one of them is here hiding over at that desk, would Judith just step forward and accept that applause as well? She's been tirelessly working for us. Malcolm, stand up, and Amanda, stand up too. So thanks. So yeah, they're the people that really make it happen. BirdLife, it's like an advert for BirdLife, isn't it, this conference, but we do look to them as a bit of a role model. And in the UK, there's a thing called the British Birdwatching Fair. How many people have heard of that? A glorious 3 people. Prepare to learn, you'll be amazed. British Birdwatching Fair has been going 25 years, and it's a slightly wonky, nerdy gathering of us birdwatcher types who meet in tents in a field. But it's expanded over 25 years to an event that gets about 20,000 people over a weekend. And it's run principally by the RSPB, Royal Society of Professional Birds, and another conservation organisation, the Wildlife Trust. The profits of the event go to BirdLife International. And whatever campaign BirdLife is running in that particular year, sometimes over a period of 3 years. Birdfest Sportswear International has raised that total there in direct funding in 25 years, so £3 million, and you've got the dollar figure up there, so it's not inconsiderable. So we set up Whalefest initially just because we wanted to do it, but we soon realised there's a wonderful opportunity to set it up as a not-for-profit event, because we can, and set funds towards campaigns of the World Cetacean Alliance. So that is how that enterprise now stands. So we wanted to support campaigns of the World Cetacean Alliance each year. So the two, we hope, are very closely associated on an ongoing basis. I apologise to anybody who saw a similar presentation a couple of days ago, but I knew it all was photographed of a half-naked man. It always makes you day, doesn't it, really? What is that guy doing there? Well, it alludes to what Dylan talked about earlier. He's one of the many people that was stood outside the Hilton Hotel in Brighton in 1982 when the protesters were lobbying the International Whaling Commission to pass the moratorium votes to effectively suspend whaling. Arguably the greatest conservation victory of our times. The Rainbow Warrior was anchored offshore. There were protesters from Greenpeace, from Friends of the Earth, from all the different organisations, huge inflatable whales, people singing, people strumming guitars, people wearing very bad taste clothing. But we have a wonderful advantage, because it just so happens it's complete coincidence, if you believe in coincidence, that our business, our enterprise, is based in Brighton. So we discovered that they were all at the Hilton Hotel, so last year we were at the Hilton Hotel running Whalefest. Recreating, I think you've seen that slide already, but we love it because it gets Dylan and I emotional. Remembering last year, the thousands of people again recreating the protests of 1982 and really trying to fire the public up, the people who would never dream to come into a conference like this, but might just go to a festival about whales and dolphins. And the same slide again, Green Party MPs, Eric Hoyt. The other fascinating thing about Brighton is that this is the Brighton Aquarium. It doesn't exist anymore, it's now a sea life centre, but in 1991 the bottlenose dolphins from Brighton Aquarium were rehabilitated into the Caribbean by Born Free and a collective of other conservation organisations. So there's another really interesting link for us in Brighton to celebrate and put the public in with. So there's the Hilton Hotel on Brighton seafront. It's a huge expo facility. Brilliant coincidence. It's not just a big hotel on the seafront, it also has space for us to run an enormous festival. Although that won't make a lot of sense, the back half of the hotel has huge halls that are sort of 44 metres in length and 2 stories, big enough to put 35 life-size inflatable whales and dolphins in, as we discovered. So it's a really cool place. For those who don't know Brighton, it's 1 hour south of London. It's kind of the bohemian capital of the UK, I guess, and very close to London Gatwick Airport, 20 minutes from there. So it's really well connected. It's a place people go to for the weekend anyways. And it's kind of your classic British seaside resort, get your fish and chips here. So it's that kind of place. So this is what we do. We're running Whalefest in Brighton one more time. It's going to be next March. So we have a day on the 14th of March where people set up what we intend to run as a networking session. 15th and 16th are open to the public to do all sorts of eye-catching things, raising money for the World Cetacean Alliance. What's fascinating is that somehow, between this amazing team of people, we pulled off the trick of making the event look successful. It grew from, in 2011, we had 2,500 people. And in 2012, we had 6,000 people. And I'm utterly confident we're going to get 10 to 12,000 people at the next event. And what's interesting is that people are coming to us offering pro bono free support and help. This event management company, out of the blue London, one of the biggest, are offering their consultancy for us for free, and a team of staff, and they're going to work right through the next few months to help us deliver the festival. This company here, Video Illusions, they run huge LED and plasma screens at the big music festivals around Europe. There's Gloucester here, and Latitude, and other famous places, touring with big bands. They're going to give us about £50,000 worth of equipment. These guys here, this is a PR company who came to Whalefest last year. I think he picked up the phone and said to me, I never heard about this Whalefest. Did you do any PR? Yeah, we did. We've got 6,000 people in. Look, I'll throw my staff in. We'll help you do free PR for the event. Not only that, he's really passionate and well informed about all the captivity issues. Fantastic. So these people are coming to us. So at Whalefest, which we didn't do last year, we're planning to have a festival main stage. We want to have music, key presenters, put on a program over the weekend that appeals to the broadest range of people we possibly can to get them engaged with the issues that we care about so much. We want to decorate the stage again with life-size orcas and Hector's dolphins and other things. We want to make the whole thing media-friendly. So we'll be live streaming on the web, a little bit more sophisticated than we're doing at the moment, and we're also looking at getting live BBC outside broadcasts going on here. So clearly we want to be highlighting the Free Morgan campaign. Clearly there's a wonderful opportunity to look at all the press-ready things that we can do associated with the Blackfish movie, and I sincerely hope that the World Cetacean Alliance come up with a brilliant strategic approach to engaging everybody involved in the orca captivity issues and how we can take that forward. How cool would it be if we've got some really great things to announce right at the time of the festival? How better way to engage the world's media with some good news about that issue. Small victories maybe, but we'll have the eye of the media right on us. Clearly we're also going to look at the Maui Hector's dolphin issue as well, ticking all those boxes really in terms of the issues that the World Cetacean Alliance want to take on. Some of these celebrities might not mean much to you, but they mean a lot in the UK. The one that means a lot to us, of course, is Ingrid at the top there. Big cheer for Ingrid. We're waiting confidently for Patrick Stewart's call. He said he's going to call us, so that would be really cool. The other guys, David Attenborough, you may recognise, they are all people we know are coming or have indicated a willingness to come. This guy in the top right here, Got Wang, a fashion designer, followed by 3 million people on Twitter. He's going to get up and speak about orca captivity. We really have the ability to catch the eye of lots of people, and we have an event and a media platform to do it. Much more exciting, kids entertainers. So the BBC have these programs. We're going to reach out to a young audience as well. Anybody here heard of the Octonauts? It's a really cool kids TV series where these characters go out and save whales that got caught in nets and deal with marine conservation issues. We're going to try and get these guys on stage so we can reach out to a huge family audience. About 50% of the people who came to last Whalefest were under 12. Interestingly, about 70% of the people that attended were female. I'm just going to pitch that in there because I think the female audience is completely neglected by the conservation movement and are ready to hear a message in particular about freeing orcas from captivity. The festival main stage here, I'm putting in a plug here for stand sales. So 50% of the stands have already gone. But right by the festival main stage, I want to set some stands aside at a very reasonable rate, see me later, for World Cetacean Alliance members. So that in the evening events and in the daytime stuff, you guys are there presenting to the public, the different partners of the World Cetacean Alliance. This is what we do, this is why you should support us. But we've got tons of other things going on. This floor plan might not mean a whole lot, but it's a big venue and a space to do a lot of cool things. So some of you saw Cindy's humpback whale last night. We're going to be having a lot of responsible whale watch operators based around Cindy's life-size humpback. We've got an arena here for World Cetacean Alliance partner members to give short presentations. So it's kind of we call it spouting off, an area where experts can do accessible talks for the public. What else have we got going on here? Tons of stuff for other marine conservation subjects. So we're going to have sharks, rays, turtles, an area called Ocean Wanderers because it's Whalefest, but we're talking about the marine conservation priorities really. We don't want to be narrowing our field too much. Amanda is working on a concept to create the impression of going underwater in a submarine with an educational program about collecting marine litter. Tons of kids' activities going on. They were hugely popular last year, from making crafts out of marine debris and plastic bottles and stuff. While the kids are in there doing that, the adults will all be in the chill-out zone, having massage and going on a dolphin vision quest meditation. So, you know, we're covering everything in this thing. That's the festival. I'm just going to finish off with a short video of last year's festival, and if you've got any questions at the end, you can fire away.
Whalefest is the world's premier opportunity for everyone to come together interested in whales and dolphins and the marine environment. We can recreate the atmosphere of physically getting close to whales and dolphins and then bring everything associated with it. People can take on trips to see whales and dolphins, charities who are protecting them, some of the best speakers who can tell you about them, and then a load of fun things like indoor whale watching trips, workshops that will teach you about them, litter, cinema showing all the top movies. It's an awesome experience.
Whalefest is an inspirational place, and it's really set up to be a positive, fun environment for people to come here meet people face to face, share ideas and learn from each other it's an unequalled opportunity. And you might be the head of a big global charity and this is your chance to kind of network with other players and other people, share ideas, or you might just be someone who wants to come along and learn more about these animals, or whatever level you're kind of working on. You know, there's probably no better place on the planet than Whalefest.
It's great out here, we've got these full-size inflatable whales. The encouragement is to get the kids in here, get them climbing around, get them looking, get them answering all these questions. And I think it's a wonderful thing to encourage people to come in and find out more about, you know, the greatest animals on the planet.
It's an enormous opportunity for us to network with one another, to exchange ideas, to understand that some of our problems are problems of other people as far away as Congo and Australia.
Panama, New Zealand,
Dominican Republic, the Kingdom of Tonga,
Colombia, Scotland. This event, Whalefest and the Whale Watch Conference, has been an amazing experience to bring the best of the best of World Whale Watch operating together under one roof.
Pretty much I flew all the way from New Zealand to come to this event, and glad I did. And you've got lots of movers and shakers in this industry, people like Ingrid Visser and good support from the whale watching industry too. So an event like this, it just helps bring all these people together, and you need it. This event has a role to play.
Well, I don't know of anything like Whalefest. It's the first time I've seen anything like it, but it's critically important. We get younger people fired up about whales. You know, they get to see these models and you know, hold a tooth and really get turned on to the whole subject.
I think Whalefest is fantastic. It's a really good idea. It's really nice to see so many people here, especially so many families. I think it's a very good audience for conservation groups, and you know, they can get their message across and get more people to help. They all need volunteers, and they all need financial support and all the rest of it. And this is a great way to stir that sort of support up.
This is going to get really big because you know, we're in the second event and it's huge now. We've got people clamouring for us to run them all around the world. I've been walking around talking to people who are exhibiting here, and I think they're blown away. The scale of the venue and the occasion is far greater than expected.
I think the future of Whalefest will continue to involve people, not just those who learn people, but everyone. So I think that's the future of Whalefest, is to take that message out to a lot more people, then we can really achieve something for whales.
So if anybody's got any questions, then fire away. But I'd also like to get everybody to come and see me in the next day and a half, because I want to tell you more about the event, tell you why you've got to be there, and tell you why, yeah, maybe we've got egos the size of the planet. Maybe we just want to tell everybody about this thing, but it can make a real difference. Maybe we take it around the world. Maybe it's just going to be an event in the UK, but we can make this really big. We've got a 5-year plan now to turn this into the biggest event of its kind anywhere in the world. So we don't get 6,000 people, 10,000 people. We've got to aim for getting 50 to 100,000 people to come to something like this. We've got to reach a lot more people. Thanks. Is that a roving mic? Good to see Dylan running around for a change.
No, that video was fabulous. Fabulous. But for something like that to come together, I mean, obviously it takes a lot of dedicated volunteers, individuals coming around. Is that video there available to share on social media websites?
Sure, it's right on the front page of the Whalefest website.
Is it? Okay.
I can get the links, it's on the...
Because I mean, you say this is March next year.
Yep.
I mean, I found social media, the sooner that you get things out, people get things on the calendar, the sooner they can share it with people and know that those dates are marked off. I mean, I think it's wonderful that, you know, I'm kind of sad that it's in the UK and I got to travel across an ocean to get there, but I think it's brilliant. I think, and it makes you feel even greater to be part of something as wonderful as that. And just putting it all together like that is simply, there's no words. It's awesome.
Thanks a lot. What I would say, which is really pertinent, and because what you said is key, is that let's get the word out, let's help. We're not social media experts. It's me dealing with a small team. The guys at the moment who are posting this stuff you're seeing out there are volunteers for us, just a handful of them. One's in New Zealand, the one's in the UK. We would welcome help. We'd absolutely welcome help. We're throwing this together, we're trying to raise sponsorship, sell exhibition stands, because we'll never give up. We cannot afford to give up because we've got no time to lose.
And we go to whalefest.com to find that information?
Yeah.
The donation
Yep.
vendor.
The new website will be launched soon, but it's whalefest.com, and yeah, come and see me if you think you can help in any shape or form. Good. Any other questions or Jonathan?
Could this be duplicated, I don't want to overwhelm you, on other continents?
I think yes.
Asia, South America?
Yeah, sure.
So that people don't have to travel so far and you reach a huge amount of people.
Yeah. To contain the breadth of our ambitions, I think we'd be happy to make the event in the UK successful, and we're kind of offering ourselves as consultants on other people that want to run similar events. So we've been talking about the event in Sri Lanka. We're really hopeful we can help get an event in the Azores off the ground. Yeah. I think it's too much for us to contemplate taking it on. But yeah, we're not precious about it. We're not trying to hold on to this thing. The more Whalefest we want around the world, the better.